Hey guys, it's so good to be back here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all that you do. I really do appreciate you. Your love so far has been awesome and tremendous. Thank you. And don't forget, this is Saffron Media, and we are in the business of giving you the latest, the hottest, most reliable, and authentic news. So, guys, you don't have to miss out on anything happening in Nigeria and beyond because we're here to give all to you. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button immediately because that is the only way you can see our videos often. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell, and as well give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys. Okay, there's something here that says Ipob is stirring global anger against Nigeria. That is from the presidency, and of course, you know, the presidency have claimed that Ipob is plotting to stir a global apathy against the Nigerian government. And before I bring you details of that, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because that is the only way we'll know that you're actually here watching our videos. Okay, let us get to the details of this news. As the presidency have said that the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, is plotting to stir a global apathy against Nigeria by falsely claiming that Christians are being persecuted. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, said that IPOB had secured the services of lobbyists and funded non-government organizations, NGOs, to drive concocted claims against the federal government. He said the aim is to diplomatically blackmail foreign countries, including the United States of America and the United Kingdom, into rupturing relations with Nigeria. Shehu said the elaborately planned scheme, which had already started gaining steam with some officials of the American government, including the Secretary of the State, Mr. Mike Pompeo, had been receiving monthly funding of $85,000 since last October 2019. The presidency said IPOB's the Christian persecution claim should not be taken seriously. Shehu said in a statement, Nigeria and the international community are hereby advised to ignore this campaign as they have disregarded similar past campaigns originated by this group, which has been designated as a terrorist organization by the Nigerian state. Well, that is when it has to do with IPOB, they call it a terrorist organization. You see exactly what is going on in Nigeria. But when it is Miyetti, Allah and the likes, they don't call them a terrorist organization. So I wonder how this is a terrorist organization because there is really nowhere in Nigeria where IPOB has actually terrorized anybody. But even the organizations that are actually terrorizing Nigeria have not been officially called terrorist organizations. So these are some of the things that are actually causing uproar in Nigeria, that when a group comes together just to decide on what they want to do with themselves, they call them terrorist group. But the ones that are actually terrorist groups are not being called terrorist groups. We have seen headsmen do all sorts to Nigerians, and even they were not being called terrorist groups. So all these are really uncalled for when we talk about organizations that are terrorizing Nigeria. IPOB is not one of them, and they've not done anything that has really caused terrorism in Nigeria because they have some hidden agenda that they don't want the people of Nigeria to do. And I believe IPOB is actually coming out to expose some of those excesses of the government. That is why they are now relating them as a terrorist organization in Nigeria, which is not supposed to be so, and it's uncalled for. And I hope that the Nigerian government really changes a lot of all these things, because the other day Miyetti Allah came out and said they are going to rule Nigeria forever, that Nigeria belongs to them. But yet, even the government did not come out to say anything after that statement was made, and up till this moment nothing has been done about that. And now they are calling IPOB a terrorist organization. It is so unfair, because this in Nigeria, every organization is supposed to be looked into critically, and if it has nothing to do with killings and terrorizing people, it shouldn't be called a terrorist organization. IPOB is just an indigenous group that want freedom. They want their own territory. And I don't think that is, and in any way, it has not come out in a war that everybody has to start fighting or killing themselves just because they want they want freedom. But the terrorist group that have been going to the farms of people, killing people, invading people's lives and everything, they have not come out to name them terrorist groups. But all the same, let us continue and see what the government said about Ipob. It said international groups and societies are welcome to send representatives to Nigeria and give a lie to the false claims made by these terrorist groups, who are duping them of their money and involving them in conduct and activities disguised to destroy the harmonious relationships existing between their home countries and Nigeria. He said the misleading campaign was spearheaded by Ipob using false allegations of persecution of Christians against the Nigerian state. The statement reads, "A very deep and wide investigation by an agency of the Nigerian government working with international partners have made us aware of two interconnected campaigns being run currently by the Ipob in this regard. Both are using the cover of Christianity and calling for a U.S. Special Envoy to be appointed to stop the genocide of Christians in Nigeria. But the real purpose is to drive a wedge between the Nigerian government and its US and UK European allies. Ipob leadership, of course, self-proclaims as Jewish, a position not shared by the generality of the members. For reasons of convenience, Ipob leader Nnamdi Kanu claims to have an interest in the welfare of Christians, but this is a ruse. The cause of independence, the leader believes, is strengthened by proving the government of Nigeria is autocratic, engaged in a silent slaughter of their own citizens along religious and ethnic lines, and that, therefore, the only viable option for the unique religious and ethnic minority is a sovereign Biafra separate from Nigeria. Nigerians and international community are advised to be wary of this divisive campaign, which available evidence shows is being funded with monthly spending of $85,000 since October 2019, with no record of source of these legacies. Shehu said the campaign consists of producing articles in the names of the alleged Christian NGOs leaders and letters to all from members of Congress to the White House. Unfortunately, some members of Congress have clearly been persuaded there is indeed Christian persecution underway in Nigeria, and do so quoting the campaign, and they are known to be taking up the case directly with the White House to appoint the special envoy. The American charity secured a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and has made presentations to the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom, the spokesman said. Shehu said there is also the UK and European angle, which he said is more opaque than the U.S. sister campaign. The statement adds, but what is known of this at the moment is that their budget is sufficient to hire 4 PR firms in the UK, Belgium, France, and the US, the latter additional to the above. They have founded an NGO and charity, and the linked web-based campaign name Stop the Silent Slaughter, which is well designed and complete with video evidence completely concocted. Members of the alleged Christian NGO have had multiple OPED articles in conservative news websites promulgating their messages of a Christian genocide. Some of those articles have also been used as evidence in the sister US campaign. 2 of those conservative news websites were co-founded by the owner of the UK PR firm they have hired to generate their publicity, as well as OPED article in the name of a British MP who may have been convinced by their campaign under false pretense. They have secured additional coverage in France, EU, and Germany. They secured a MP's debate on the Christian genocide in the House of Commons, in which staff members of the UK PR referenced as the private secretary to the leader of the UK-based charity. It is clear from all the above that the Ipob's extraordinarily and dubiously well-funded campaign in the US and UK and Europe is misusing the issue of the welfare of Christians purely to further their own political ends, and it seeks to damage inter-religious dialogue in Nigeria as well to damage the international reputation of Nigeria. And of course, we all know this is all pure lies from the government. But all the same, let's hope that Ipob treads softly, because it seems the government are already trying to destroy its strength at the moment. But we pray that God will continue to keep the leader and continue to keep the people of Biafra together and help them to get the freedom that they really want. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for always being here. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for your time and all that you do. If you haven't subscribed, please endeavor to hit the subscribe button and be a part of this family. Thank you for all, and thank you for staying tuned. Do have a pleasant day. Bye.